Hello there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I am recording this episode right after finishing episode 2 of season 3 of Lost. I am not a stranger to, Lost binge reaction recordings. So yeah, here we are yet again. My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here in Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shooting a show. We are watching Lost for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the energy is up now. The energy is up. I started last reaction, pretty pissed off at, the Seattle Seahawks result today after losing to the New York Giants on, the 7th of October, 2024, 6th of October for you guys in the US. Yeah, just in case you're watching this in the future thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, the energy is real after, that's all it took. That's all it took. Just watching one Lost reaction, one Lost episode, not even one whole Lost episode. As soon as the episode got going, we were in Lost mode and we are engaged here yet again. This episode is titled Further Instructions, episode 3 of season 3. Let's get into the reaction. Let's have some fun with this thing. And as always, let's absolutely smash it. Let's go. Come on, man. Oh, it's a Locke flashback. It's a Locke. Oh, okay. Okay. We on the island. Might not be a flashback. Oh, similar starting position. Or the exact same starting position to Jack in the very first pilot episode. Or a similar one. Desmond running around naked. It's too bright for it, or like it's too overly saturated around Locke for it to be real, I believe. This might be a dream. That's Echoes. Doesn't have, oh yeah, it does have the carvings on it. Yep. One thing I wanted to ask about, right, is what killed the pilot in season 1? I know it's a weird question to ask now, but I was thinking about it over the last few days. I said in, my reaction in episode 2, I took 5 or 6 days, off watching Lost because I was ahead on reactions and I wanted to, catch up on the uploads and in terms of what I was kind of up to in reactions. But I was thinking to myself, was that the smoke monster that killed the pilot? Because that left him bloodied, man. Interesting. It's interesting. Just another thought. Or was it that bird potentially? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it's better left a mystery. Some things shouldn't have to be explained.
What's he doing?
This actually might be after the hatch incident,
Where's he been? Where's everyone else? Don't you think you should go find out?
So you're gone for a whole day after a massive hatch detonation.
Okay.
You don't call, you don't write. Sorry, am I interrupting something?
You can't speak.
What? You can't speak, John? You're mute? I am sorry about that. So where are Echo and Desmond? Are they off being mute and building structures as well? I don't understand. Who do you need to speak to? Church? Sky? Island? Island.
He needs to speak to the island.
You need to speak to the island.
So is this it's not a dream or a premonition? It's possibly right after the hatch detonation. And Desmond's alive. It took his clothing. It took Locke's voice away. And I don't know what it took from Echo. But I made the assumption, or like I made a comment when it first detonated at the end of season 2. With the whole bright white light in the sky, everything going haywire, the major pulse that detonated. Did it briefly take Charlie's memory away? I don't know if that was just, Charlie being concussed from the whole thing and sort of trying to recalibrate himself. And yeah, I just thought, did it take Charlie's memory for a split second, because he was away, or like, you know, a further distance away from the blast radius itself, and because, you know, Locke, Desmond, and Echo were at the epicenter of it, they've been affected much more differently. Because how did Locke
Need your help.
end up in the position he was
When
in?
do you need my help?
They were in the hatch.
I need you to stand guard. Oh, yeah, so you can talk to the island. Dangerous.
Might be a dream,
Well,
man.
Musing as the mute game invariably is, you are aware, John, that I detest you, aren't you?
Because why hasn't Charlie asked about Echo or Desmond? Why isn't he worried about them? What happened to them? Let's go find them. Let's go get them help.
The sodding hell is a sweat lodge.
Jesse Pinkman?
Where you headed? Eureka!
When you rob a bank, right? So,
Wrong flashback, wrong individual.
What do you got back here?
guns and groceries.
The double G's, man.
Now, the transaction logs and the paperwork for all of them's in the red notebook right there in that duffel. So are we free to go?
I can still take you in for picking up a hitchhiker.
What?
That's my uncle. He called me, pick me up.
He can take him in for picking up a hitchhiker?
Get out of here.
That's illegal? This guy,
So what is with all the guns?
this guy might have done something, right? And, you know, this might tie into potentially, you know, everything that's happened with Locke's flashbacks, in terms of, like, you know, trusting someone really close to him, and then that individual, you know, doing something, you know, to destroy his heart. Like, honestly, we've seen it. And this might be the standard Locke flashback where this hitchhiker is picked up. You know, Locke is too entrusting to others. He trusts people too easily. And then this guy sees those guns. He sees what he's carrying, and potentially, just uses him and, yeah, blindsides him.
Uncle?
Oh, I like the indoor fireplace.
He's
Very
too nice
snazzy.
to others in his past life.
I only asked because of the strict zero tolerance policy you've enacted.
The
I
irony.
wouldn't want you to have to start punching yourself in the face.
Oh, this is the same substance he put on Boone, potentially. That's why he needs to speak to the island.
Yeah, I know. I get it. You're going to go in your little
Okay.
magic hut, and I'm going to stand out here in case you devolve into a monkey.
He doesn't want him wandering around. He's inciting a premonition, probably.
Come in.
He put it on Boone's forehead. He's straight up deep throating that thing. Oh, did he?
Hi, John.
And away we go.
It's good to see you again. What's that, John?
I'm
Oh.
sorry.
You're sorry.
Good to see Boone back.
That's okay.
With the vampire
It was the
hair.
sacrifice the island demanded. Don't worry. You'll speak when you have something worth saying. I'm here to help you find your way again, so you can bring the family back together.
This could be a big episode. A big episode.
Come on. I want to show you something. John. You're gonna need that.
The wheelchair. This premonition ain't being too kind. The violation.
Not them, they'll be fine. For a while.
For a while.
I think Saeed's got it.
Next, please.
Hurley working behind the counter, putting in the numbers.
Not Hurley.
Desmond as the pilot.
Forget it. He's helping himself.
Ben as the security officer.
There's nothing you can do for them. Not yet.
I like how, you know, I want to let it play out, but I want to make some comments about it.
First, you have to clean up your own mess. Clean up your own mess. First, you have to clean up
Because I don't want to forget any of the dialogue.
First, you have to clean up your own mess. Clean up your own mess.
Is clean up your own mess got to do with Mr. Echo? And Desmond, potentially?
Clean it up, John. They've got him. You don't have much time.
They've got Mr. Echo, potentially? Is he on a mission to protect Mr. Echo or save him? Oh my fuck! Wow, real! The
What happened?
fudge was that?
Are you alright?
Is that a tiger, a lion? Freaking Rocky, Eye of the Tiger right there. That's the MGM logo. Oh man, what the fudge was that? Looks like a wolf. That was
John.
crazy.
What happened? Are you alright?
You'll speak when you have something to say.
I'm going to save Mr. Echo's life.
So it is Mr. Echo, okay. So Desmond was actually running away in the jungle naked. That was an interesting flashback because knowing Lost, that could have major implications for the show in the future. Like there could be possibly a lot of foreshadowing in that, you know, that sort of, that airport premonition right there. I thought it was absolutely fantastic and it was good to see Boone back. And I just found it interesting that, you know, Hurley was behind the counter himself, you know, behind the counter, you know, being that representative for the Oceanic Airlines, and you know he was portrayed as a solo individual, which is, you know, I think reflective of what's happening with Hurley at the moment. You know, he's journeying solo by himself across the island. You had Saeed with Jin and Sun, who are currently together on the island, and then you had, you know, Ben being the security officer checking Jack, Sawyer, and Kate, and that's obviously reflective of the situation that's currently happening on the island itself. He's the security officer, he's part of the others, and he's the one keeping Sawyer, Kate, and Jack currently in check. And I don't know if the, you know, the scans or, you know, Jack sort of taking his watch off is, like I said, reflective, representative of what's going to happen to them. You know, it's maybe something to do with the test the others are going to do on, you know, Jack, Kate and Sawyer before, you know, they are going to possibly be freed off the island. You know, that sort of ultimatum that Ben provided to Jack at the end of last episode. So very interesting stuff, you know, that Ben is the security officer, keeping everything in check, having tabs on Kate, Sawyer, and Jack, and then obviously Saeed Jin and Sun waiting in line, and then obviously Hurley by himself behind the counter. I don't know, that's, you know, sort of meant to indicate his past self, working at the chicken shop behind the counter, or yeah, him being alone right there, helping other individuals, and yeah, he's soloing it out. So that might be, like I said, reflective of him journeying across the island by himself, currently trying to get back to camp. He might be trying to find his own way. And obviously Boone being the sacrifice the island demanded, and maybe he has to save Mr. Echo's life to atone for what happened to Boone. Always interesting stuff with Locke. And it's interesting that
Echo's cross.
He was dragged this way
Dragged. Oh,
by the polar bear.
Sawyer killed the polar bear.
He killed a polar bear.
a polar bear. Not... That wasn't a polar bear in that vision, right? It didn't look like one. What, so they just ejectocetoed out of the hatch and ended up spread out across the jungle?
Well, I'll take my chances.
You don't want to go with me, Charlie. Bad things happen to people who hang around with me.
That's crazy. I love how he said that as well. Right in front of the tree that Boone and Shannon were hiding away from the smoke monster, I believe. Or Boone was in his sort of premonition when he had the sort of substance put on him. Locke giving jelly beans to the kids, man. He really is Gandalf. He's the Gandalf of Lost.
And then you're supposed to figure out what to do with your life, you know, what direction to take. Go on in there and figure out if you're a farmer or a hunter.
So that was the sweat lodge he created on the island.
So which are you, John?
Nice to meet you, Eddie.
Nice to meet you.
Any friend of John's is a friend of ours.
John's a very special guy.
Grab a spot.
So you like Geronimo Jackson, huh?
Yeah, they're all right. It's one of my dad's old shirts.
Dad has excellent taste.
I recognize that actor.
Listen up, people.
That's not Zeke, is it? No.
John brought a guest to supper. So, everyone, this is Eddie. Eddie, this is everyone.
Nice to meet you.
John, you want to say some grace?
She looks familiar too.
Because they're a hell of a lot better than the one I used to have, so let's eat. Amen.
So is this Locke post Helen?
Thank you.
Or pre-Helen? Like pre-interacting with his father and everything. Crazy how Jack, you know, was living in his own sort of like secluded and gated community, similar to how the others are.
What happened?
Looks like it imploded.
So it imploded, but they were all catapulted to various sections across the jungle. And I think because they were so close, or like, you know, they were at the epicenter of the blast itself, or whatever happened, the pulse, they've all been affected in different ways, possibly temporarily. Locke's got his voice back. Mr. Echo, we do not know.
Whoa.
And Desmond seems to be temporarily, possibly insane, running around the jungle naked.
What's that?
It's an active kill. Meaning that whatever was eating this is going to be back for more.
If you want to say polar bear, you can just say it.
Bro, as if you're just randomly throwing a throwing knife without seeing what comes out of there. That's so reckless. Oh my
Dude.
gosh. Dude, that is hella lucky.
Kept Jack, Kate, and Sawyer, and he sent me back to tell everyone else.
Can we talk about how extremely lucky that Hurley wasn't seriously injured or possibly killed right there? That is so reckless of Locke just to... It wasn't making the sounds of the polar bear that was chasing you, so that is hella reckless to just throw the knife right there blindly into the bushes without knowing. Wow. Wow, that is extremely lucky.
That we can't ever go over there. On that dude we had in the hatch, Henry, he was there. He's like their leader.
I know Obi-Wan said in my experience there's no such thing as luck, but
What do we do?
boy.
What they told you, go back to the camp and tell the others.
So you're not gonna do anything?
I am doing something. Go back to the beach, Hugo.
Wait, where are you guys going?
The island told Locke he has to save Echo.
Save him from what?
Well, apparently, the bear's got him. He's just made an active kill. You may want to hustle.
What bear?
What's that? More fur?
This way.
Polar bear just leaving fur balls around, man.
When I used to get high, watch nature programs on the Beeb. Polar bears are meant to be quite clever. Very clever. They're like the Einsteins of the bear community.
I'm guessing the further instructions title refers to Locke awaiting further instructions from the island. Speaking to the island itself.
No. Lizzie's too granola for me. What
Lizzie.
she really wants is a daddy, like everyone else here. You should take advantage of that.
That's not really funny, Eddie.
It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm sorry. How come you never talk about your dad, John?
They got a little modern day Hobbiton right here.
What's the big secret, John?
Sorry?
The greenhouse. What do you guys got in there? What are you hiding?
Major drug
'Cause every
operation.
time I go near it, you and just about everyone else acts all weird.
Look, you're a guest here. These things take time.
I've been
Growing
here for
weed.
6 weeks.
Eddie, nothing's...
I'm not blind, man. Did you forget that you had a duffel bag full of guns when you brought me here?
Mike and Jan welcomed you here with open arms. They feed you. They give you a place to
And
stay.
Mike and Jan fold their hands every night before chow and talk about how we're family, but your family's got too many secrets. Now I see the fertilizer going into that greenhouse. I know what's going on. And I want it.
You know what?
Whatever you guys are trying to blow up. What's so funny?
No. I'll talk to Mike and Jan.
Hurry up and do this. Maybe the bear's out, finishing his lunch.
You're not going in there, Charlie.
What?
I'm gonna do this alone.
You don't get to tell me what I can't do. If I want to go in there, I'll go in.
Why?
What?
Don't tell me what I can't do.
I don't need a reason.
Then go back.
Go back. You don't have a good reason to go in there either.
I'm going in there because I'm supposed to go in there.
Hairspray. Now, I hate to be the one to point this out to you, but it's not for me.
Hairspray, man. Is that for the polar bear? Oh, he's gonna light the thing on fire and he's gonna spray it. You're gonna get some range with the hairspray. To keep the polar bear at bay. He channeling his inner Arnold Schwarzenegger here. Badass Locke has returned. That sort of little community Locke is in, I'm guessing it might be very pre-Helen. You know, maybe him working... Before him working in the toy shop and, you know, the box company, potentially.
Bear?
And it might be his early origins of him entrusting
that
people.
you?
Who's there? Are you alone, brother?
Oh, it's Desmond!
Yeah.
He naked, that's why.
Whoa, dude. I'm not alone.
You are not alone.
This camp's right over there. Can you give me some clothes?
I am here
How
with
many years?
you. Oh, you're
I woke up in the jungle like this.
fine.
So, like the hatch blew off your underwear.
Fine. You want to discuss this in great detail right now?
No,
Fine,
no,
let's do
that's
it.
You're
okay.
always
I got
in my heart.
How do you feel about tie-dye?
Hey, nothing wrong with oversized t-shirts. I think that hitchhiker, Eddie, like I said, it has every flashback we've seen Locke in. The toy truck is crazy. You know, he's been
Hey, Kim.
not betrayed somehow, like,
Hey,
but
Mike
he
and Jan in?
trusts people too
Yeah.
easily.
They were looking for you.
Good timing then, huh?
Because the Eddie brother was asking too many questions about what's in this little tent right here. And I'm guessing it's like a drug operation, like the fertilizers for marijuana, for the weed. Because, yeah, they're not blowing something up. They're cooking something up, but like, or they're growing something up, but
Going in.
there's got to be a major drug operation, right? Yeah,
money in it.
What about
it's the
tax
hashish, bro.
records?
Leave them.
Shouldn't we sort out what they can trace?
There is no time, Mike.
What's going on?
What does it look like?
I don't.
Mike and Jan, man, MJ.
You screwed up, John. You blew it big time. You know how much jail time we get for this much weed?
Nice picture, huh? Got him fresh out of the academy.
He was hitchhiking. He told me he was going to Eureka. How
He was waiting for you, John. He has been here for 6 weeks gathering evidence because you brought him here.
Oh, Mike, that's impossible.
You blamed
That's
for a
crazy.
sucker. Now it's over.
They sent an amateur cop to do this?
Wait. Stop! We don't know what he's told him. He hasn't even been in here yet. If he's still gathering evidence and trying to make a case, then it's not too late.
Not too late for what?
To protect us, to protect all of us. It's not too late to fix this. I can fix this.
How are you gonna do that, John?
He's not going to kill him, right? Sure, Academy graduate cop is sent undercover and never returns. That won't erase suspicion. Yo, this polar bear been having a field day with people from Dharma, potentially. Echo!
Echo. Son.
Oh, dang. So that was the polar bear he saw in the vision, right? In the tent with the jump scare. It's almost as if it's like sort of like a silverish color. Platinum color?
You alright? You alright?
I swear, man, if Mr. Echo dies from his injuries, I'm a flip.
Charlie, you gotta get out of here.
Don't do me like Libby again, man. Tease that she's still alive. Just for her to die that episode. Don't do that with Echo.
When you say turn the key, you mean like a key?
That was a fail-safe key.
That seems kind of convenient.
I'm sorry.
Is it... I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but is it intentional from the show to have Desmond kind of look Jesus-like? Especially with what he's wearing right now with the oversized t-shirt. It almost looks like, it almost looks like, one of the robes they'd wear, in Jesus times. It does look like that. It does look like that in a way. I don't know. It just
I'm
does.
saying, if you had this magic key the whole time, why didn't you, use it?
I didn't know what would happen.
So what they had?
Well, the fail-safe key must have detonated the electromagnetic anomaly. Made the hatch implode.
You didn't implode?
turn into the Hulk or something.
The island doesn't want them dead yet.
So is that what made the blender noise and the sky turn purple?
I'm afraid I missed that, brother.
Right, you were fail-safing. Well, FYI, the whole island vibrated. And Kate and Jack and Sawyer saw it too right before they had bags pulled over their heads.
Don't worry. Locke's gonna go after them. He said so in his speech.
What?
What?
What speech? All he said was gonna save Echo and kill bears.
Right,
Has Desmond seen something too?
right, of course. I'm sorry. Just a bit shook up.
Has he had a premonition that we haven't seen? That's interesting. That might have been a result of the blast itself too.
I burned that bear pretty good. I don't think he's gonna be coming after us.
Don't jinx it.
Now that we've survived this suicide mission, you want to tell me what you saw?
What I saw?
In the spirit tent.
I saw Boone.
What did he have to say for himself?
He told me I had to clean up my own mess.
Well, dead as he may be, I agree with Boone.
That's
So if you kept pressing that button like Echo told you
He
to.
wouldn't have had to save him in the first place, yeah. Charlie, that's what cleaning up your own mess means.
Spoken like someone who's had a few too many messes to clean.
Damn, going hunting just like he did with his father.
No deer, huh?
Nope.
You talked to Mike and Jen yet?
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah, what'd they say?
They said that I should bring you by the greenhouse tonight after supper and that they would explain everything.
But why would
That's great.
why would the police send, you know, an academy graduate to do this? He's not experienced, he's not seasoned. He's clearly he's clearly gonna give away some things. Like he doesn't know probably how to, you know, he comes across as too inquisitive, right? Maybe the police thought that it's better sending an academy graduate because no, he ain't experienced at all. I don't know.
Why'd you see something?
I thought maybe by sending an academy graduate, you know,
John.
he'd be less susceptible to giving away things, but
What are you doing? Did you know it would be me?
What?
In the truck? Did you know it would be me driving? Did they choose me?
They? John, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't load that one. Why?
Because you hadn't been here long, didn't have a criminal record, and the psych profile said you would be amenable for coercion.
Amenable for coercion?
Hey. Lower the gun, John. Okay? This isn't personal.
What's not personal? Stop.
I'm sorry, John, but you're not gonna shoot me. You're not a murderer.
Nope. Not a farmer. I was a hunter. I'm a hunter.
so he possibly got the toy job after
I'm gonna
this.
walk away now, John.
Started a new life. Or like the Walmart job, whatever, like, you know. So he let him walk away, and that cop possibly brought down an entire drug operation. Where's Jack when you need him?
I'll go.
To attend to Echo
Stay.
potentially when you get him back to the beach. The next person that's tended to an injury was Libby in, you know, with the tail section survivors. And she gone too.
Now our people are captured. And if I'd just listened to you, if I just let you keep pushing the button, could have been with them, protected them. Could have saved him.
You can still protect them.
My guy.
You can still save.
So possibly Mr. Echo has seen something too.
I don't even know where they are.
You will find. After all, you are a hunter, John.
Come on, Mr. Echo. I swear, if they kill him off, like I said, I'm a flip.
Say something? He's awake. Echo.
That might have been the island speaking through Echo. Woke him up temporarily, maybe?
Maybe we should just get him back, John.
Maybe Echo's mute currently, obviously, because of his injuries.
Yeah.
And, you know, he spoke when he needed to
Right?
speak.
Yeah.
When the time was right.
Hey,
John? Charlie?
What happened?
you got him.
Is he alive?
We need Jack.
Take him in.
Jack's not coming back. They've got him.
What? What are you talking about?
Jack's gone.
I don't understand. Okay, when were you planning on telling us this, Hurley?
What do you mean they? Who's they? They are the others. And yes, they've taken Jack. And Kate and Sawyer. How? What happened?
Well, what about Son and Jin and Saeed? Are they okay?
I don't know. I'm gonna find our friends. I don't know how yet, but I will. We're gonna find them, all of them. And then we're gonna bring them home.
That's why Hurley looked at Desmond right there. Because this is the speech Locke is giving. This is the speech about Locke going out and finding his friends. So can Desmond see the future? Or has he just had a premonition as a result of that electromagnetic pulse? But maybe he's been able to see the future for a while. Because why does he always say, see you in another life, brother? Maybe that's just a saying he says. But yeah, maybe the pulse itself, you know, how the island grants special abilities to individuals or, you know, heals them or cures them. This could be Desmond's special ability that the island has given him, maybe. You know, an ability to see into the future, a little premonition. Maybe he just had that as a result of the blast, but it's going to be interesting to see down the line whether there's other situations of that, and maybe on a rewatch of the show, whether it's happened before. Desmond has said stuff that have been so, you know, crazy and nonsensical that characters look at him funny, but then that turns out to be the case. Or maybe it's going to start happening from now, after the blast. You know, the blast has left...
First things first, we gotta look after Mr. Echo.
The blast has
Follow
left
Nicky
those
with
3
towels and
individuals.
water. Claire, we gotta clean them up, so bring all the first aid supplies.
We got badass Locke back, come on. Yeah, Hurley looking at Locke like, what the fudge has just happened?
Not a bad speech.
Whoa.
We might get it.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Just got hit with,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
deja vu.
Yeah. That's awesome. That Hurley realization was great.
Well, when that wears off, can you get bandages from the kitchen?
That's going to be interesting to see if we get like a flashback episode with Desmond. And they're almost portraying, like I said, Desmond as Jesus-like, like very prophetic, like especially right there with him, you know, tossing rocks into the ocean, him sort of like the sun itself, almost giving him a sort of like halo above his head. Yeah, I feel like they're portraying Desmond as prophetic, like, so it could be that he potentially might be able to see into the future, and he might be that Jesus-type character in the show. It's just, look at the way he looks, with the beard, with the hair, with the gown he's wearing, like the oversized t-shirt he's currently wearing. and just him on the ocean at the moment, or him overlooking the ocean, and obviously, like I said, the sun giving him a halo. And there's many, you know, stories in the Bible with Jesus and his disciples in the like sort of you know, sailing boats, being on the ocean itself, you know, Jesus walking on water, other stuff that with fishing and things like that. Oh man, I don't know if you guys agree with me. But I love that. I love the religious, you know, resemblance with Desmond right here, and potentially giving an insight to what he's capable of, or might be capable of in the future. And yeah, the way Hurley was looking at him, potentially like idolizing him, like a disciple. I'm gonna follow that guy, if that makes sense. Like, it's very biblical, and I love it. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but oh man, you can see the smile on my face. I love that episode. I loved it. I feel like the flashbacks themselves didn't really do too much. Potentially gave us an insight to like the origin of, you know, an origin of the cream or lotion that Locke was doing using early on. It might be some like herbal remedy to give you visions. I forgot what the tent was called. We didn't really need an origin to that. Like I said, some things are better left a mystery. And it's funny enough, I mentioned, you know, what killed the pilot, you know, in season 1. Maybe it's better left a mystery. Maybe it's better we do not know. So I didn't think the flashbacks themselves added too much to Locke as a character, besides, you know, him entrusting another individual again. And yeah, we've seen that time and time again. And I feel like, you know, it was sort of like stat padding the runtime just to get, you know, yeah, like I said, stat padding the runtime. I would have been fine if we had a, you know, a flashbackless episode, and the sort of only flashback we got was the premonition, or, you know, Locke going into that zone. I don't know, like that hallucination, or like you know, being with Boone in the airport. That was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed that scene right there. I enjoyed that whole sequence. So I wouldn't have minded if that was the only sort of like flashback or sort of premonition we got this episode. But yeah, I don't know what they would have done for the rest of the episode in terms of like the runtime. And Locke going to Charlie. Yeah, they've had a sort of fractured relationship in the past, but yeah, it's funny he went to Charlie for the whole situation. I don't know why he possibly didn't go to Rose. That would have been interesting, because him and Rose sort of had that, you know, that understanding, if you get what I'm talking about. But yeah, he went to Charlie. Interesting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that reaction. I think that was a pretty solid episode with major implications potentially for the future. So yeah, I cannot wait to see the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I hope Mr. Echo is okay as well. I'm pretty sure all he needs is some R&R at the moment, and he'll be good to go. I'm not sure if Locke's going to wait it out for Mr. Echo to potentially get better, and then he would journey to, you know, rescue the others. But yeah, I cannot wait to see this show play out. I've heard season 3 is, you know, banging from you guys. So yeah, been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.